Most veterans think the VA actually gives them a loan. And that right there is the single most misunderstood part of this whole program. And it's the root cause of more bad advice, lost deals, and unnecessary stress than almost anything else in the VA loan world. If you've ever been told something like VA loans are complicated, sellers don't like VA loans, or the VA is hard to work with, this misunderstanding is usually the reason. I see this constantly. Veterans hear one thing from a lender, another from an agent, and then they see something completely different online. And none of the three things that they've heard line up at all. But once you understand that the VA actually does not give you the loan and what they actually do, the rules stop feeling random and the VA loan stops feeling intimidating. By the end of this video, you'll know who actually lends you the money, what the VA's real role is in the process, and why that one detail gives you leverage that most buyers do not have. No jargon, no scare tactics, just clarity. Quick note before we get into it. If while watching this video, you're thinking, I wish somebody would just look at my situation and tell me how this applies, you can book a call directly with me. No pressure and no obligation, just clarity around your VA benefit. All right, let's get into it. So we're going to break this into 4 simple parts. We're going to start with what most people think a VA loan is. Then we'll get into what the VA actually does, followed by why the name causes confusion. And we'll finish off with why understanding this changes everything. So let's start with what most people think a VA loan is. Most people think that the VA lends you the money, sets the rate, and approves or denies the loan. That belief right there makes every other VA rule feel heavier than it actually is. But here's the truth. The VA does not lend money. They don't collect your payments, and they don't fund mortgages. So if the VA itself is not the lender, what do? So let's get into what the VA actually does. A VA loan is a private mortgage funded by a private lender, just like a conventional loan. The VA's role is one simple thing, and that one thing is only that they guarantee a portion of that loan. You need to think of the VA kind of like a golf caddy. The caddy doesn't take the swing. However, they do reduce bad decisions, increase confidence, and improve outcomes. That guarantee from the VA tells the lender that if this veteran defaults, will cover part of that loss. Lower risk for the lender turns up better terms for you as a borrower. And that's the entire magic behind this whole program. So this is usually the point where veterans say, oh, that makes way more sense. If this is starting to click and you want help applying it to your entitlement, income, or timeline, that's exactly what booking a call will do. You don't need to figure this out alone. Give me a call and let me help you through the course. Now, here's where this gets interesting. That guarantee by the VA is the reason that veteran borrowers often buy with no down payments, avoid private mortgage insurance, and can qualify with more flexible credit standards. But if the benefit is this powerful, why is it so misunderstood? So the VA loan is called a VA loan because the VA backs the loan, not because they issue. The name reflects who provides the risk protection, not who provides the money. That distinction explains why VA loans compete well with conventional loans, why lenders treat them differently, and why misinformation spreads so easily. Once you understand the guarantee, the rest of the program starts to line up. The VA loan is not charity, it's not a favor, and it's not a government giveaway. It's a risk management system that you've earned through your military service. The VA didn't make lending easier for veterans out of kindness. They made it safer for lenders by standing behind you as a veteran. That's an earned advantage that most homebuyers never get access to. So if you only take one thing away from this video, you need to remember it's called a VA loan because the VA guarantees the loan, not because they're the ones lending the money. If you understand that, the rules make more sense, the fear goes away, and the benefit becomes a tool instead of a mystery. So if you want to make sure that you're using that tool correctly, book a call with me. Worst case scenario is you walk away with some clarity. Best case scenario is you avoid a mistake that could cost you years and thousands of dollars. Either way, that's a win. In the next video, we're covering something just as misunderstood as this. Not all veterans are eligible for a VA loan, and how to know if you're eligible without guessing. Every loan needs a caddy, and I'll see you on the next hole.